The heart of the baobab. Long ago, in the eastern reaches of the great savanna, where the land rolled into golden waves and forests whispered secrets to the wind, there lay a village named Ikembe. It was a village like no other, cradled between hills and rivers, where life moved with the rhythm of the earth and the elders' wisdom guided every step. At the heart of Ikembe stood a giant baobab tree, its trunk thick and gnarled, its roots digging deep into the soil. It was said to hold the memories of all who had lived beneath it, and the wind through its leaves carried voices from generations past. Here, a young man named Ao lived. Ao had grown up listening to the baobab stories, told to him by his grandmother, Mama Chika, who had the rare gift of understanding the unspoken language of nature. Ao's eyes were deep, warm, and reflective, like the river after the rains. His heart, ever curious, held dreams of love and purpose, though he had yet to understand what either fully meant. One morning, as the sun painted the savanna with golden light, Ao went to fetch water from the river. There, among the reeds and the dancing light on the water, he first saw Nia, the daughter of the village chief. She was picking wildflowers for the harvest celebration, her hands deft and gentle, her laughter carrying over the water like music. Ao's heart leaped in a way it had never done before. From that moment, he felt drawn to her. Each day, he found ways to cross paths, delivering baskets, helping elders, or simply walking through the market, hoping to catch a glimpse of her smile. But love in Ikembe was not free, it was bound by tradition and expectation. Nia's hand was promised to Oba, a man of wealth and influence. Oba's family had risen through cunning and connections, and his power was respected, though not always admired, by the villagers. Ao, poor but rich in heart, knew he could not compete in wealth or influence. Instead, he sought to show his worth through deeds, helping the sick, tending fields, teaching children, and caring for animals. Slowly, his reputation grew. The villagers came to see him as brave, kind, and steadfast, qualities that wealth alone could never buy. But Oba noticed the quiet admiration of the people and became wary. One evening, under a crescent moon, Oba approached Ao near the riverbank. The water mirrored the stars above, shimmering with a soft, silver light. Oba's eyes were sharp, and his voice was calm yet edged with menace. "You desire what is not yours," Oba said. "Step aside, or you and your family will suffer." Ao looked into the reflection of the stars on the water and found courage within himself. "I seek nothing but truth, Oba. Nia's heart cannot be claimed by fear or wealth, it can only be won by respect and love." Oba laughed, low and menacing, a sound that seemed to ripple across the river. "Respect and love. Those are for stories, not life. You live in illusions, young man." Before words could ignite further anger, Nia appeared, stepping between them. Her gaze was steady, unwavering. "Oba," she said, her voice calm but fierce, "strength alone does not win hearts. Only freedom does." Days passed, and the tension grew. Oba used influence and intimidation to turn the villagers against Ao, but the young man's deeds and sincerity could not be hidden. Every act of kindness, every display of courage, drew more villagers to his side. Ao found allies among children, elders, and even some of Oba's own people, who quietly admired his integrity. One night, as Ao sat beneath the baobab, he whispered his worries to the ancient tree. Its leaves rustled as if listening, its trunk sturdy and comforting. In dreams, the tree spoke to him, guiding him to a hidden grove where a secret pool shimmered under the silver moonlight. There, under its tranquil surface, he saw visions of hope, courage, and love intertwined, a path forward, but one requiring patience and wisdom. The harvest festival arrived, and the village gathered to celebrate life's gifts. Nia danced among the villagers, her laughter ringing clear. Ao approached her, quietly offering a necklace of river stones, each carved with a number from 1 to 10, marking each day he had thought of her since their first meeting. Nia's hands trembled as she accepted it, her eyes glistening with tears. "If we do not act now," she whispered, "we may live in regret forever. Let us be brave together." Their love, though still secret, deepened with each day. But Oba, sensing the shift in loyalty and admiration, could not abide it. He demanded a challenge of wisdom before the chief, a test to determine who truly deserved Nia's hand. A drought had arrived unexpectedly, and the riverbeds had dried. Crops were failing, and the village faced famine. The chief decreed, each suitor must propose a solution to save the people. Oba, relying on cunning, suggested seizing part of the village's stored food for the wealthiest households and using force to enforce discipline. It was a plan devoid of heart. Ao, by contrast, proposed a thoughtful, collective approach: dig channels to bring water from forest streams, plant fast-growing crops, and teach the villagers to store food together. He emphasized unity, compassion, and the sustainability of their shared lives. The elders deliberated. Their eyes, wise and experienced, reflected the weight of generations. Finally, they spoke. "The one whose plan nurtures life, preserves the people, and honors wisdom shall hold the honor." Ao's plan worked. The crops thrived, the water flowed, and the people celebrated their success together. Oba, humbled and stripped of influence, departed for distant lands, leaving the village in peace. Ao and Nia married beneath the baobab, surrounded by the villagers, laughter, and music. The baobab seemed to glow with approval, its roots deep in the earth, its branches reaching toward the heavens. Children played around their feet, and elders told stories of love, courage, and patience. Years passed, and their love endured through hardships and joys alike. They taught their children the lessons they had learned: love cannot be forced, wisdom is more powerful than strength, and courage paired with patience brings the most enduring rewards. The baobab stood as witness to generations, lovers, children, elders, and travelers who came seeking stories of hope. Its trunk held their secrets, its branches held their laughter, and its leaves whispered wisdom to those willing to listen. And so, in the quiet of the wind through the leaves, in the golden glow of the savannah sun, the story of Ao and Nia remained an eternal testament to hearts that love truly, courage that respects life, and wisdom that honors both. Even today, travelers who rest beneath the baobab hear faint whispers, laughter, and guidance carried on the breeze. They say, "Listen well, for the heart of the baobab carries all stories of love, courage, and life itself."